13 Investigates is speaking exclusively to the Pueblo district attorney. He is sounding the alarm on new numbers that show the culprits of homicides and officer-involved shootings are often people on parole or probation.
Investigative reporter Sean Rice sat down with the DA and explains what the data means for the Steel City.
Pueblo District Attorney Jeff Chostner says the amount of repeat violent offenders being released from jail early is putting the people of Pueblo in danger, and those responsible for those increases are your lawmakers.
And our concern is that people are being let out with some form of restraint that they're violating, and that it has made Pueblo a less safe place.
District Attorney Jeff Chostner says the numbers are astounding. Homicides and officer-involved shooting numbers are up from 2019 to 2022. Nearly 55% of all murder suspects were previously on parole or probation, and 15% of them were out on parole at the time of the homicide. These numbers also apply to officer-involved shootings. There have been 22 in the last 3 years. 77% of those suspects were once on parole or probation, with 32% on parole at the time of the incident.
Instead of going back to prison for a violation of their conditions, they're generally speaking going to county jail, if at all, for 5 days or less. Unfortunately, for some folks, that really doesn't mean a lot.
Pueblo police have already responded to 3 officer-involved shootings in the last month. One of those suspects, Bryce Ming, was out on parole when he allegedly stole an ATM machine and shot at officers on Interstate 25. The Department of Corrections says Ming was actively absconding from parole and had a year-old warrant for his arrest.
It's added to the caseload for individual parole officers in a way that's it's got to be incredibly difficult for them to manage.
Additionally, 73% of all people charged with murder in Pueblo County have a prior criminal record, and 92% of those suspects were previously charged with a violent crime.
We need a review of what's taken place, the effect it's had, and to really kind of slow down a little bit some of the changes in the law that I think have had an adverse effect on public safety.
13 Investigates reached out to State Senator Julie Gonzalez and Pete Lee, as well as State Representative Leslie Herod. All were instrumental in parole changes in recent years. So far, we have not yet heard back from them. Reporting in Pueblo, Sean Rice, 13 Investigates.